Welcome to my first ever Toontown tale. In these kinds of videos, I'll tell you all about some funny, random, or even interesting stories that I have to share over my years of playing Toontown. So without further ado, let's start with this one. I became Flippy. So the title is probably enough to make you click on it, right? Okay, so let me say this. It's kind of a technicality, but I was totally Flippy, man. So I was hanging out with my SFs, so those are secret friends, and that's what it was before it was remodeled into true friends, and they told me that their friend managed to create a toon named Flippy that looked exactly like the actual Flippy. Even if I was 12 at the time, I was totally doubtful, but they offered to make one with me so that we could both have fun pretending to be Flippy together. So, I mean, to my little tiny loopy mind, being Flippy sounded awesome, so I immediately bought into it. I said yes right away, and so my secret friend told me the secrets to becoming Flippy. Taking their steps, I went into the Create a Toon, made a toon the same size, shape, color, and had the same clothing as a Flippy. So you might be wondering how I named the toon Flippy, because they would definitely reject the name Flippy, wouldn't they? Well, you see, the default Toontown font for name tags, which is Impress BT, has a little loophole you can kind of use sometimes. If you typed out Flippy, it automatically gets rejected. Now, the trick is using the font to your advantage. If you take a lowercase I and you capitalize it, it looks almost identical to a lowercase l. So if you spell out the name capital F, capital I-P-P-Y, it turns out looking exactly like Flippy. So I used this technique as they suggested it, surprised that it actually looked exactly like Flippy, and I submitted it. And it actually went through, and I went on through the tutorial. After literally only maybe a couple hours, I relogged and I noticed that for some reason the Toon Council decided to accept my name. I was in. I was Flippy. So naturally, I don't wait for my friend or anything, and I go ahead and I get right on and I start playing on my toon and messing around. Random toons whispering speed chat phrases to me left and right. Speed chat phrases because it was a bit before Speed Chat Plus was a thing. People trying to add me left and right, and people believing I was the genuine real Flippy. Toons would follow me around and talk to me for ages with the speed chat, assuming I was the real thing. After a while of this, I eventually got bored of this though, and I decided for some reason I wanted to run a clan, but not only a clan, but rather a clan of Flippies. Ambitious, I know. I went to Toontown Central Forums and I made a post about the clan, wanting people to join, and actually posted the technique out loud for everyone on the forums to see. Right away I got a very heated post from another poster on the forum declaring that he was the original Flippy copycat, and that he didn't want the technique getting out, and that he was upset with me for apparently, stealing his identity. I edited out the technique, of course, and I realized at that point that it was stupid to let out the technique regardless. I wanted it to be a bit more exclusive than it would be otherwise, and it was just bad to just let something out like that. Naturally though, being like 11 years old or something, running any kind of clan was impossible. And I never actually managed to achieve anything with that clan. I had people offer to join, but I never did any scheduling or setting anything up, so that completely folded. So again, I blame this on being 11. Maybe it was just being stupid, I don't know, but for some reason I decided I was bored of the toon, and I never got on him anymore, and it was months, if not maybe even a year plus, and I decided to delete the toon. This is tragic to me now, of course, because that toon would have been awesome to have kept up until the game's closing, but eventually they patched the idea of making a toon identical to Flippy with the name. They eventually added capital F, capital I-P-P-Y as an automatically rejected name, and eventually later on did a full overhaul of the Create a Toon section, limiting the ability to capitalize letters in your name, and by extension, taking the effect of the I looking like L out of the game for naming toons. And that about wraps up my story of how I became Flippy. It's a fun little story I wanted to share, and I thought it'd be fun to write it out and publish this, if anything, to at least be a lasting remembrance of what memories I've had and can remember on Toontown. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave it in the comments if you enjoyed these Toontown tales. I have a lot more written down, so I can definitely share more with you. If you want to hear them, that would be awesome. Thank you for watching. Do you like what you see? Want to help me in making videos just like this one? Help support me and my videos by joining my Patreon. It's a funding website designed to allow YouTube creators just like me to gain support to be able to produce videos regularly. So if you enjoy my videos, it would mean the world to me if you could lend a hand to help me make more. I want to thank you all for watching my videos. I want to thank you all for the support, and I'll see you in my next video.